So that's kind of the idea here. And you can put your catalog in different format. It could be just a single image or video, but what I found working best is just a carousel. Here, so on the creative side here, so a cool trick that we can do to kind of save engagement is using the Post ID. So maybe I can come back to this strategy on another call. But usually what you'll see is it will be in create ad. So create ad right here. That's kind of where you'll do your setup. So there's kind of two major types of creative. So there's like the manual upload, which will be either like a single video or an image or a carousel. That's kind of the three go-to, the regular ones that will have engagement, that will keep engagement. And the other one is catalog. So catalog most likely will not keep engagement. And those catalog ads, so catalog ads is where you're going to select like the products. You can do like product sets inside their commerce manager. So it's syncing with Shopify if they're using Shopify or not. There's like a bunch of apps or tools that can help kind of create the feed. I think you guys are familiar with feed. So that's kind of the idea here. And you can put your catalog in different format. It could be just a single image or video, but what I found working best is just a carousel. So Facebook will dynamically show the best performing products there. I mean, on the preview, it's just random, but it will be based on click-through rate, most likely to be purchased, what they've seen, what they click on and whatnot. So it's really a powerful tool. And there's a type of campaign I guess I didn't talk about is the ASC. So maybe let me come back here before I go further more in the catalog, because we prefer the catalog in terms of this type of new campaign. So it's called the Advantage shopping campaign. So it's kind of just like you just set your location, so either United States or different countries, and you let Facebook optimize. So it's really like just broad, and it's supposed to do the remarketing on itself. So you can, they just recently added the engage audience, but you can define your existing customers and define your engage audience, which will be just like visitors, and customers will be buyers, of course. And it will kind of remarket on itself. So it kind of goes with the idea of like having a broad inventory and just letting Facebook, not restrict the algorithm. That's kind of the idea, I think, here. Yeah, so sorry to get back to the ASC here. So it's just like a different type of campaigns that I forgot to mention that's different from the traditional. And also, like, they recently added the Advantage audience. So the Advantage audience is kind of like, you can do the interests and the lookalikes and whatnot, but it will just be a suggestion, and then it will go broad. So it's kind of similar to the Advantage shopping. It's just that you give them a kind of a little bit of direction, but it's kind of really similar in terms of the concept. Yep. And then here, get back to the catalog. So catalog, you have all your products, and you can do like all products, or you can go in the commerce manager and kind of select either manually or kind of filter products by product name, or just exclude some products. So like here, we're just excluding tools. So they just want their woods. So yeah, so this is dynamically updating. Here on the headline, it's dynamically updating with the headline. And here we have the product price. I mean, for these guys, a lot of people were saying sometimes the product was expensive and whatnot, so they wanted to showcase the price. But usually we don't showcase the price. I mean, sometimes it's a good test to try or put in the ad copy, but we like to get the clicks and remarket and get the data. So that's for the catalog right there. And then I guess to create an ad, regular ad, you just switch from catalog to manual upload. And then from here, here I'm in carousel. Yeah, from there you'll add either your image or your video. So let's say I just add an image real quick, because sometimes video will take a second or two. We get that one. So in here, you can crop for different placements. So stories, some brands, will really be picky and will always want to have the full 9 by 16 version. So you can replace that with the 9 by 16 version right there. Some brands are fine with having the square, and Facebook will kind of fill with some, uh, you've probably seen it in your own story feed, but they will kind of feed here with the color that fits, so it's kind of good user experience still. So yeah, and then here there's a bunch of optimization here on the creative side that Facebook recommends. I mean, some for clients that are picky, we usually turn those off. I mean, almost all of them, because sometimes it will do weird things with your creatives, and sometimes the client will see it and will be kind of, oh, what's that, so for example, like here it'll put that's the one I see the most often, having the headline that shows here with the weird banner that Facebook added here. So I would recommend putting those off for picky clients. For other clients, you can leave it on. Just make sure when there are text heavy, sometimes the expand image or whatnot will kind of crop the text and it will just look weird. So keep that in mind. But it's fine to test, I would say. But I found that there's not a huge difference. And if you have just a small budget, I'd probably just recommend to put it off, so there's not too many options for the algorithm to kind of work on. So yeah, this is about it. And then here, when you create your text, you have your primary text. So just put primary text here. That will be on top on Facebook and lower right here on Instagram. And then you have your headline. So headline, they will only show in Facebook feed. So on Instagram feed, you won't see it. So that's something also to keep in mind. And there's also like optimization that Facebook will play around with your text and can show your headline where your primary text is. Headlines should be quite short. I think the recommendation should be like 30 characters, because often it will be cut by the call to action button. So call to action button for e-commerce usually we'll do shop now. They introduce like the order now, which if you have just a single product you could try, but shop now is what we see work best. Learn more works as well, but it's just kind of you kind of go more direct. Let's say if you try to close a sale now, I would definitely go for shop now, unless it's something that needs explanation. In terms of like video versus images, I think images can work really well, but videos sometimes are needed for product that needs an explanation. So like the customer needs to see it in use. So on those cases, I would push for videos, but often I would say test both image and videos, and kind of the more creative you try, the better. And in terms of angles too, I would say test out angles that different angles that are strong. So either you push the quality, or the price, or either you push a limited time offer. There's just different angles that you can come up with, and that you can make your creative and text about. That's what I would recommend. Just identifying those angles, and really test it out a few times at least, to really have a better idea of what's triggering the people. And often what we'll do is we'll start with the landing page, the product page, because if they like the ad, on Meta, and then it's similar when they get to the website, kind of just flows, and it's more relevant. So yeah, that would be my suggestion. If you're not sure, just start off with the landing page, because that's just best practices, I would say. And yeah, so that's the enhancement that we set off, and then you set your website URL right there. So often we'll send to product page directly, or collection page. Some brands work well on homepage, but most is not the best. The less clicks usually is better. So often product page or collection. This is what we recommend, or if they have a specific landing page. And yeah, you could have language, but we rarely do those. So let's say you're running in Quebec here, where you have French and English, you can set those up, but we rarely do those. The add-on, same thing. Rarely, it's really rare that we use those. Highlight promo codes. This is recent. I think it's a month or two old. So Facebook can highlight promo codes here. So something to try it out if you have a sale, I think. And then they have, also info labels. So that's also really new, just a couple months old. So here, let's say they have a lot of followers. I would on Instagram, I might check that one. So they'll see it here and kind of boost the social proof. So yeah, and in terms of social proof too, I would say like engagement is kind of really important. It's not always needed, but often the best performing creative will have lots of engagement. And it's important to manage those comments too, because if you have like some really bad comments that are on top of when people like open the comments, you'll often see performance drop. I think like maybe 30% or maybe more of people will look at comments before clicking or before purchasing. So kind of important to make sure the client is managing that, or you can also, look if you can manage on your own or just hide or delete. You have the option to hide or delete comments that are negative. And the positive ones we like to like and reply, so it push to the top. In terms of, it's kind of like reviews, I would say, the comments a little bit. Yeah, they're quite important. And there's also the reaction on Meta. Some people can react like, love, wow, haha, or be kind of angry. The haha and angry are often not good for performance, I found. So Facebook will display the top three. So maybe keep an eye on that. Try to have like, love, and wow in the top three, ideally, because if you have a mad face or people laughing, it often kind of means probably comments too are not that great, and it will hurt performance from what I found. So yeah, and it also gives you good feedback too on the how the business is perceived, the comments from some people that are cold. So it's good to keep an eye on that, kind of like reviews. Any question regarding that? So please pop them up. All good. All right. Yeah. So that's kind of the rundown on creatives. You have also the carousel, which was similar to the catalog we had, but it's just kind of manual. Those we don't use that a ton, but we'll use it. Let's say you want to showcase different option or different pictures. Let's say you have something that has different plans, or you want to see, let's say you have a house, you want to show the inside, the outside, the living room and whatnot. You can do the swipe, but usually those get less engagement. Yeah, and in terms of keeping the engagement, I guess that's a cool trick. Is to, you can just duplicate any ad sets, and you have this show existing reaction in comments. But if you change just one word, or sometimes you don't even change anything and the engagement doesn't stay. But there's a way to kind of grab the post ID, which is like the number you see right there. To grab the post ID, once you go to page posts, and I'll probably do another quick training on how to do that. But you can go into page posts and search with the date or the ad copy, and look at matching the comments and whatnot, and then kind of just use this ID right there, switch it to use existing post, and then you kind of just paste the ID. This one will keep. It defaulted to this one, but it'll be the same thing. But That way you're sure that you'll keep the engagement. We often sometimes before even launching, we'll do this. So we'll push, we'll delete the campaign, and then we'll just go grab the post ID. So that way we kind of keep the engagement and really have the control on which posts we're using. And yeah, this one is using the learn more button. That's a video that's been running for a while and lots of comments. So that's kind of what is keeping the performance. But also these brands perform really well with the catalog that has no engagement. So something to keep in mind. But often, you want to find like those few creatives that will keep the engagement, kind of push, I would say like 70%, 80% of the budget there to what's working best. And you can also look into the creative reporting it gives you like a better overview of what you see working best. My next point here was just the basic setup of campaigns, ads, and ad sets. So it's kind of similar to Google. So we have kind of 3 levels. This is really basic, I know, but thought I'd share it. So we have campaigns. This is where you'll select your objectives.